Let's pull up a chair for a second. I want to talk to you professional to professional. You've spent your entire career becoming the person who has all the answers. You've climbed the ladder, you've hit the targets, and you've mastered your craft. So why does it feel like the market has suddenly stopped asking you questions? If you've been sending out your resume lately and hearing nothing but silence, I want you to know something. You're not imagining it. And it's not because you aren't good enough. In the $250,000 plus market right now, the success rate for cold online applications has plummeted to between 0.1 and 2%. That's essentially a rounding error. Here's the part that hurts. 75% of senior-level resumes are being filtered out by AI-driven systems before a human being even knows you applied. You're being ghosted by an algorithm that doesn't care about your 15 years of experience. Let that number sit for a second. 75%. You're playing a game where the rules were rewritten while you were busy working. You're trying to sell yourself as a problem solver in a world where everyone is a problem solver. If being the person with the answers is no longer the ticket to a callback, what is? Let's talk about the hidden logic that recruiters are actually looking for in 2026. Here's the hard truth that most people are too polite to say out loud. Your ability to solve a problem is now a $20 a month subscription service. I've seen this play out 100 times over the last 2 years. We're seeing a 20% year-over-year decline in job openings for professional services. That's finance, law, tech. Why? Because execution has been commoditized. AI can write the code, AI can draft the contract, AI can analyze the spreadsheet. The value has shifted. It's moved from the efficiency of the solution to the accuracy of the diagnosis. Think about it. If I can ask a machine for a solution in 3 seconds, the solver isn't the hero anymore. The hero is the person who knows exactly what to ask. 72% of employers now say they prioritize problem discovery over technical execution. When I first saw this data, it honestly changed how I think about the whole thing. Most candidates are showing up to interviews with a toolbox, bragging about how well they use the hammer. But the recruiter, they're looking for the person who can look at the blueprint and realize the house is being built on a swamp. So if the solver has been automated, how are the top 1% of professionals repositioning themselves? They aren't just experts anymore. They've become diagnosticians. I want to show you what this looks like in the real world, because it's not just theory. Look at the high earners who stopped describing themselves as managers and started branding themselves as architects of the invisible. Take technical product managers. The ones who just focused on feature delivery, they're struggling. But the ones who pivoted to AI agent architecture, focusing on system-wide error diagnostics and logic flow, they're securing compensation packages between $500,000 and $750,000. Or look at radiologists. Everyone predicted they'd be the first to go. But the ones who thrived transitioned into clinical decision architects. They use AI for 90% of the image detection, sure, but they spend 100% of their time on the complex, high-stakes diagnosis that the machine misses. They actually saw a 30% increase in market demand. These people aren't working harder. They've simply realized that in an AI-saturated world, the why is worth 10 times more than the how. Here's where it gets really interesting. These winners aren't just using AI. They're the ones who understand where the AI is blind. They aren't selling their labor anymore. They're selling their judgment. And judgment is the one thing you can't download for $20 a month. Now, there's something most people miss here, and it's the reason why the job market feels so broken. We are living through a 4.8 times surge in productivity. Businesses are doing more than ever. Yet hiring growth in AI-exposed sectors has shrunk by 27%. It's a paradox, right? More work is being done, but fewer people are being hired. It's not because the work is gone, it's because the execution has been delegated to the machines. The engine is now autonomous, and when the engine is autonomous, the market doesn't need more mechanics, it's desperate for navigators. The diagnostician is the person who knows which AI tool to use, but more importantly, they're the only person in the room who knows why it's hallucinating. There is a 25% average salary premium right now for roles that explicitly require AI orchestration skills. Not prompt engineering, that's a low-level skill. I'm talking about orchestration, knowing how to weave these tools into a business strategy that actually works. The market is essentially saying, we have all the power in the world, but we have no idea where we're going. That is where you come in. So how do you step into that cockpit and secure your seat? You don't need another certification. You need to change the lens through which you view your own value. I want to give you 3 concrete actions you can take this week. First, look at your LinkedIn headline. If it says you solve things or manage teams, change it. Start using language that reflects problem framing or systems architecture. Show them you are the person who finds the invisible glitches. Second, Prepare for the strategic stress test. Interviews in 2026 aren't about your past. They're about your logic. We're seeing a 40% increase in hiring velocity for candidates who can walk through a first principles diagnosis of a failing business model in real time. And third, build a 0-to-1 logic portfolio. Don't just show the finished product. Show the messy diagnostic process. Show where the machine failed and where your human judgment saved the day. This isn't easy, but the people who figured this out, they're getting the callbacks. They're landing those $750,000 AI agent product architect roles. Stop solving problems for $20 a month. Start diagnosing the $500,000 glitches that the machines can't see. I know it's a lot to take in, but you've got the experience, you've got the judgment. You just need to show it to the world in a way they can finally see. Your move.